Hi, everybody. I feel that regenerative agriculture can be summed up in Albert Howard's law of returns. So, Albert Howard talked about how the organic matter that you take off the land through crops and through the conventional high calorie crops that our agriculture is, because we're the top of the food chain. So the calories we eat are the densest. They take the most out of the land. So if you just continue to do this, you deplete the land and suddenly you're not growing those crops anymore. The land doesn't have the ability to produce those calories. And so what you have to do is replenish the land with organic matter. And that would, in old times, have been manure and plant residue like straws and stalk and all the leftover stuff that's not the fruit. And you would put that with the animal manure, and this would create a rich compost, a rich high humus compost that they would put back on the soils, and this would replenish them. Albert Howard's law of returns would be simply that the amount of organic matter that you remove through these high calorie plants and foods that you're stripping off the land, what ratio is that to what you're putting back on the land through manuring, through animal disturbance, through going fallow and things of that nature, the things that replenish the land. And so if you're doing those well, you should build organic matter and build fertility, and you'll have a better field in the future. And if you're not, then you'll be depleting the field and you'll have a worse field that will grow fewer calories in the future. And eventually, if you're in the wrong climate, maybe even go desert. If you're in the right calorie, just kind of peter out. And so there's so very little fertility in the soil that it can't hold healthy, vigorous plants that produce a lot of calories, because top of the food chain means the maximum amount of churning, biological churning, to produce the plant that we need. So once that depletes, we can no longer grow eggplants with big, fat, juicy eggplants on full of calories. Consequently, the law of returns is just that: what you put back is more than you take out. And you find some way of doing that so that the outcome is more organic matter, greater fertility in the future. Real simple. Anyway, thanks, y'all.